Kings have a little get-right game. Near the end of the road trip, they get good news. De'Aaron Fox is back after missing a couple of games. He's got a baby boy now. We also saw a get-right game for Keegan Murray. Kevin Huerter and the Kings put up 140 points. They win in Houston, 140-120. It's significant for a few reasons. Sure, it's the lowly Houston Rockets, but Keegan Murray with a career-high 30 points. He knocked down 8 triples in the game, and the Kings do something that's a little rare for February.
What?
They got their 30th win of the season. In Sacramento, that's almost a cause for celebration because last year's win total for all 82 was 30 wins. Here we are on February 6th. The Kings have 30 wins. They are 30-23. I'm Deuce Mason. That's Morgan Riggin. How does all that sound, Morgan, when you just let it go right through your ears?
Yeah, it honestly, it feels really good. It's about truly celebrating that 30th win because of all the years of awful basketball, and not even looking at that number of being 30 wins, but what that represents for this team in this season and the fact that we're talking about it right now. There could be other NBA fans in here going, they're that excited about 30 wins. Yeah. Yes, we are.
Well, and I actually got into that conversation a bit with a guy in our Discord named Chip, who is super hardcore in our Discord.
Yeah.
And he just feels like some Kings fans are going a little crazy. Like, hey, don't get so caught up in the 3rd seed. People are acting like we're the 70-win Warriors. I'm like, look, man, it's not about people thinking that this team can go win a championship this year. It's not about them being overly confident in their team. I think most Kings fans right now are just enjoying like, hey, this team is better than I think a lot of people expected they would be this year. They're fun to watch. And I'm just enjoying the moment, and that's where I am. Yeah, 30 wins, grand scheme of things, isn't like some amazing, crazy feat in a season. But like you just said, when you're a Sacramento Kings franchise that many times over the last 16 years, it was like, hey, 28, 30 wins for the season. The fact that we are before the All-Star break and the Kings have 30 wins, it's significant. And I know it was against a bad Houston Rockets team, but you needed a win, and you got it done.
That's all that matters. That's all. I mean, we were hoping that win was going to come on Friday against the Pacers, that 30th win. It was needed. It was wanted. And then instead you got a shit game against the Pacers and a shit game against the Pelicans. So getting it against the Rockets, getting things done, and then having players have their bounce back games, having De'Aaron Fox come back in the rotation, and it did help these guys, but it also was very helpful that there was multiple guys that stepped up a little as well.
Yeah, it also helped that you took on a Rockets team that is 13-41.
Correct.
They are one of the worst offensive teams in the NBA, one of the worst defensive teams in the NBA. So, you know, the Kings had a terrible 3rd quarter in my estimation, but still found a way to win because they could take advantage of this. But I think for the Kings, it was just after what happened against the Pelicans, G-Man said he was talking to some coaches and like they were embarrassed by that game against New Orleans.
Good.
It was like a very humbling, like what the hell type game. And so they were interested to see how the players were going to respond tonight. And I thought the response was good. It wasn't perfect, and we're going to talk about some of the lows of this game, but I think you needed to see Keegan play confident again and knock down some shots. He was getting some good looks. I go back to that San Antonio game where I think it was 0 for 8. The Kings won that game, but he missed everything.
Yep.
Last game against the Pelicans, I felt like, oh, no. We can't have a non-confident Keegan Murray. Like, you still have to go. You have to keep shooting. You're getting good looks. Keep shooting. Keegan Murray tonight shot it, and he shot it at an unbelievable clip. A career-high 30 points for him. He did it on 11 of 17 shooting, and he was red hot from three-point land.
Pass to Keegan Murray, in rhythm for another 3. You betcha. A career-high 7th three-pointer for Keegan Murray, who's 7 for 11 on the night. He has 25 points. For Keegan Murray, he's within 4 of his career rookie scoring high.
And you know it was a good thing if Delhi was in late in this game, right? Because that means Kings are up big.
Dellavedova with a drive and a kick to Keegan. He spots up. He's going for another triple. He adds to the tally. He's 8 for 12 from downtown. He's got 28 points in this contest. And Keegan within one of his career scoring high. Makes it 132 to 113.
And then he got that career high.
Here's Keegan driving, little teardrop runner. A new career scoring high for Keegan Murray. He has a 30-point ball game. He's accomplished it on 10, make it 11 of 17 from the field, 8 of 12 from downtown.
That's the GOAT, Gary Gerald, on the call from Houston. So Keegan had 8 of 12 from downtown, 30 points, 6 rebounds, a couple of steals tonight. What jumped out to you about him? I mean, I think he got so many good looks, and he's showing you he's just a really, really, really good shooter when he's on, man.
Yeah, when he's on, you can notice the difference in the shots that he misses and the shot that he makes. And I say that because I think some pure shooters have the same look, the same techniques to their form, their shooting form, and how they use their base all the way up through their fingertips. But with Keegan, you can tell when it's not a pretty shot for him or he's not shooting it with confidence. And tonight, most of his three-pointers, especially after he missed a few, looked really good. He looked confident. The way that he was coming off of a dribble handoff from Sabonis and or just getting a pass from Sabonis. He was just looking a lot more confident even with his footwork. The way that he was getting set into his shot early on was just great to see for the rookie tonight.
It was awesome to see. You're right. And he needed this game so bad. I mean, he was going through that stretch. We talked about it last night at Night Show. I'm like, this guy's 1 for 14 from 3 in the last few games.
Yeah.
He is, really struggling with his outside shot right now. It looked like he was starting to impact his game out there where it seemed like with every missed shot, there was maybe a lack of focus defensively. Tonight, a lot better, and it was good for him to get out of it. There was some talk like, has he hit the rookie wall? Our buddy James Ham was talking about that. I'm like, guys are going to go through funks, all right?
Yeah.
You can have a 3-game funk without being like, oh, this guy is toast. He's falling apart. Herder had a funk too. I thought he bounced back from. We'll get to him in a little bit.
Yes.
But Keegan got through it, and this is what you want. What you don't want is him go through like a month funk like he had through that one stretch in the season. It seemed like he just could not get out of it. He had this huge January, one of the best 3-point shooters in the NBA in the month of January. Has a bad start to the month. You got to go in tonight. And you hope that he can build off this going forward.
Yeah, he looked a lot more aggressive. He looked a lot more engaged, a lot more locked in, and not just on the offensive end because he was making his shots, but even the way that he was playing defensively. And we talked about it after the last game, like, man, everything he was doing was looking soft. The way that he was rebounding, the way that he was just carrying himself on the floor. And I know he's not he doesn't show a lot with his body language, but you don't need to show a lot with your body language to be tough out there. I think Trey Lyles is a great example of that. That's a guy that's tough, but has the same facial expression, has the same emotions, pretty even throughout a game.
Omar in our YouTube chat says, do you guys think Keegan could eclipse the record for all-time threes made by a rookie? He's at 128 right now. The record is 187. Yeah, I think so. With however many, like 30-something games to go, I think he could do it. I mean, he's a really good shooter, and on this offense, he's going to get good looks, right? And, of course, he's not going to knock down 8 every night, but he's had multiple games here where he hits 3 of 5, 4 of 6. He's a really good shooter.
And when he's off as a shooter, like what that we've seen before 2 games ago or whatever, the last game, he needs to explore his mid-range game. He needs to explore getting that shot going.
Yeah, the backdoor cut tonight that Fox found him.
Dude, yeah.
Sabonis attracting attention, did a great job cutting.
Much better job moving without the basketball, creating, and still even coming off, flaring off a screen. And
he had a dunk tonight, too.
He had a dunk.
A Keegan dunk in transition.
Keegan dunk.
A month and a half ago, he lays it up and gets swatted. He did get blocked once tonight. I think Eason got him, and Eason's a talented
dude.
I watched that guy. I'm like, is that guy really a rookie?
It was a soft take, though, by Keegan as well on the left side.
So you still want to take it strong. He did have that jam in transition that was nice. So a really nice bounce back performance for Keegan Murray. Where do you want to go next?
No, and I just one of the threes I wanted to get to was he had those back-to-back threes from Sabonis when he made it 87-76, but then he had that one where Monk drove it in, threw the ball out to Davion. It was going out of bounds.
Oh, yeah.
Davion flies back to get it enough to throw it to Keegan for another 3-point shot. You know, just a great way that Davion saved that play and then Keegan finishing it off. I love seeing those moments being executed, especially against a team like the Rockets.
Lee says Keegan needs an offseason to work his dribble. Next season, guaranteed he could put it on the floor. And yeah, I mean, if he continues to work on his game and he has that ability to put the ball on the floor and shoot it the way he does at his size at 6'8", yeah, the Kings are going to be in a really, really good spot, and that'll be a really cool thing to see. It was good to see De'Aaron Fox back, Morgan, and what a difference. Dude, just watching him tonight.
Come on.
I mean,
come on.
That turnaround jumper, high arcing shot he had over Jalen Green, I think, was that in the first quarter?
I didn't write it down.
Why didn't you write it down, Morgan? Yes, it was in the first
Nice.
quarter. Fox turnaround rainbow on Jalen Green. It was disgusting. It was disgusting. He missed his first 3 shots. He ends up tonight, though, 16 points. He had 8 assists. He had 4 rebounds. He did have 4 turnovers, 6 of 9 from the free throw line. I thought his first game back after being gone for a bit, by the way, like, I don't know, probably didn't get much sleep
Probably
the
not.
last couple of nights, right?
Probably not.
New baby boy on.
Even if you have a night nurse and all these resources, you're still emotionally overwhelmed, whether it's with excitement, exhaustion, whatever it may be. And so, yeah, probably not that much sleep.
So, yeah, he comes out. I just thought he came out and he was just like, oh, this is what the Kings missed. His ability to attack, get into the paint, create looks. It made Sabonis' life a lot easier tonight.
Yep.
It just made everyone's life a lot easier. Now, it helps that you're taking on a bad team. And I feel like I've emphasized that probably too much tonight.
You have, but I think
we
it's
all
fair.
admit Houston is a bad team, and no one's acting like the Kings figured out all their issues tonight. We're cool on that?
Yes.
Okay.
No, but thank you
That's
for
established.
I think it's good that you have stated that a few times, but now it's established.
Okay.
Yes.
I established it?
Yeah, and if you say it one more time, that's okay.
Okay. Houston's not a very good team.
Good.
But the Kings handled business when they needed to. Tonight, I just like De'Aaron Fox just being back. I'm like, God, man, this guy's just getting to his spot. Yeah, he missed some shots tonight, but he was just attacking nasty. I thought he was getting into him defensively.
Yeah, that's what I wanted
mean,
to get to. The way that he was getting into guys defensively, that's where I loved watching him and having him back out there tonight, especially hearing Mike Brown and what he said about ball pressure after last night's loss. It was great having De'Aaron Fox in there. But not only that, he had in that first quarter that chase down strip from Jalen Green, and then it ended up going off of Jalen Green's
That was a great hustle play.
Exactly. It was a great hustle play, great execution to get back and to make sure that it was going to be Kings basketball. He had a few big defensive moments that just made me go, oh, this is what the Kings were lacking. And not to say that they were going to win with all their players playing the way that they still did. You know, but it's what De'Aaron brings has truly been contagious this season.
Yeah, I just noticed him. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
his impact was felt out there. I feel like he brought an energy tonight that this team desperately needed, especially on the second night of a back-to-back, right? You lose last night in embarrassing fashion. You don't want to lose 3 in a row. The Kings have not lost 3 in a row since November 23rd through the 28th when they had that stretch where they lost Atlanta, Boston, then came home and lost to the Suns.
Yep.
You don't want to do that. Like, all right, let's get back on track. Your coach just called you out the other night. Like, knock down some shots and go beat a team by 20.
Yeah.
And that's what they did tonight. So that was encouraging to see.
And encouraging that he had under 30 minutes played.
That's a great point.
Yep.
That's a great. We talked about that today earlier.
Yes.
Like, can we play like 25 minutes? That'd be great.
Rest those legs. So, yeah, it was great. I mean, I think most of the starters except Domas and Keegan both played over 30 minutes, 32 and 33. But
I like him playing Keegan like that again.
Yeah.
Like, I play Keegan late into a game. I want him to
be a
experience
leader?
it. Well, yeah, like it's one thing to knock down some shots when you're out there functioning with Fox and Sabonis and Herter.
yes.
It's another thing where late in the game, it's like you're playing with Keon Ellis, Deontay Burton, Delvedova, lineups that you haven't really played for. So go out there and try to do your thing. Still try to knock down shots. There's one play I really liked. It didn't lead to anything, but he made an exceptional pass. He was in the lane, got the ball, and fired it to the corner to Deontay Burton. It was a great look. I mean, it was a on-the-money pass. Burton missed a shot, but it's those little things I'm looking for with Keegan, especially late in the game. And he's young, man. Let him play 32 minutes. I don't care if it's a blowout or not. He's cooking a little bit, feeling good. I want his confidence sky high.
Yep.
And I want it to stay there now. And him being in there late in the game is a good thing.
I'm totally with you on that. And still only 33 minutes, 30 points in those 33 minutes. And like we already stated, 8 for 12 from 3-point land. Just a great bounce back game for Keegan Murray.
And side note, someone in the chat was just mentioning Keon Ellis. I know. It's late in the game. They're up big.
Let's talk about it.
You want to?
Yeah.
What jumps out to
we'll
you about
Keon?
Keon?
I loved seeing him play out there with confidence. You saw the way that he shot the three. Sometimes when you see a guy get in there, they get trigger happy. They just want to get shots up, get things going because they got the lead. That's why they're in there. But instead, you can tell that he plays disciplined as well because he probably understands under Mike Brown and this coaching staff, if you don't, you will not play. Rashawn Holmes did not play. Alex Len went in before Rashawn Holmes. I know we can talk about the bigger picture of that, but still, either way, seeing Keon Ellis go in there, being the long 6'3" player that he is, it was nice to see him knock some down too in that little bit of time.
God, can we give some more love to the people?
Hell,
On a Monday night. I guess it's not that late. It's only 8:40 at the moment.
so late.
You are here hanging out with us after this Kings win over the Rockets. Help us grow. Hit the thumbs up button. Be like our guy Brett, who subscribed tonight on YouTube. As Brett was trying to help us get to 10,000 subs on YouTube. We're inching closer and closer. Less than 300 to go until we reach that marker of 10,000 subs. Just a big accomplishment. And hitting the thumbs up just allows more and more people around the world to check out what we're doing here on this channel. So please help us along the way.
So Keon Ellis, but then I also wanted to talk about the bounce back game for Kevin Huerter.
Yeah, Kevin Huerter was named Defensive Player of the Game tonight. I don't know if it was just based off one play. I got to be honest.
Oh, we got honest time with Deuce Mason.
Yeah, it's our Can I Be Honest part of the show that we do a
love
little
this segment.
Can I be honest?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, we should just make it. Can I be honest? We should make this a segment.
Okay, yeah.
Can I be honest?
Can I be honest? I don't think you can give out a Defensive Player of the Game chain when you give up 120. The Rockets are near the bottom of the NBA in scoring. They score about 109 a game. They were well over their average tonight.
Deuce.
Defensive Player of the Game
Deuce.
chain. We don't give out. You give up 120. There's no
Deuce.
chain tonight.
You know how many people could tell us as people that cover the Kings, hey, you don't celebrate a win over the Rockets because it's the Rockets.
No, but
and I'm just saying,
that's different. That's different. We're talking about giving out. Here's my thing. I would say you don't have to hand out a Defensive Player of the Game chain for every win because not every win. Morgan, they gave up 40 points in the third quarter to Houston. 40. Right? Houston knocked down a ton of threes. Like, you don't have to get. Now, I'll acknowledge this. There was one sequence where I thought Kevin Huerter made an impact defensively. And for a guy who last night got, cooked defensively, I thought he made some nice plays.
He did.
He had that one where he knocked the ball away. I think it went back to Jabari Smith. He blocked the shot. It's those extra effort plays
Thank you.
that have to be acknowledged for sure.
And that's what you're doing by celebrating the wins for those people. And I think Davion Mitchell could have gotten
he can get it every night, dude.
Exactly.
That play he had in the first quarter, Jaylen Brown couldn't do anything.
Dude.
Jaylen Brown couldn't do anything. And then he blocked the shot clock violation, unbelievable defense by Davion Mitchell.
Kenny Caraway put that video out, and I retweeted it just putting basketball porn. It's basketball porn. I mean, that's what we call it right there. And I absolutely am obsessed with that type of defense. How can you not be? The effort is just tremendous.
So it was much better. There was much better defense tonight from Kevin Huerter. I'm not trying to take away from him winning Defensive Player of the Game. Not at all. All I'm saying is you give up 120 points, there's no chain that goes out. There's no chain. You give up, how about this? You give up a 40-point quarter. They allowed 72 points in the second half. That's not good. The difference is they were able to, knock down a ton of shots and get the win tonight. There's Kev Kevin Herter with the defensive
Scroll
player.
down. Oh, nice.
Defensive player of the game chain after the game.
Icy Kev.
Even he's going, that smile's like, do we really give this out tonight?
I like it. I like it. No matter what, I like it. Oh, funny thing too.
Yeah.
Kenny and Kyle got to talk to Keegan after the game, and I think Kyle asked. He goes, "Yeah, did you get a gift for?"
Oh yeah, let's play that.
Okay.
He actually did post that on NBC California's channel. Here's Kyle and Kenny with Keegan after the Kings win.
Keegan, what do you get a new dad? What gift did you give Fox and Rasay for having a baby? You know you're supposed to do that, right? You got to do that, right?
Got him a win, so.
You got him a win. Congratulations, man. Thanks for jumping on with us.
Great, quick answer to got him
Honestly,
a win.
without hesitation, that was great.
Yeah.
That was great. A win. And he said it with confidence. Like, no, that is a gift.
Yeah.
Rain got a win.
He's 22
Happy
years old
birthday.
and is like trying to move on from chicken and mac and cheese, like he's trying to make other things in his house right now. And it's like, he doesn't understand that you're supposed to like gift your teammates baby gifts.
Yeah, I made Rain a grilled cheese sandwich if you want.